A very good evening to you all. Thank you for joining us for the 8 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight, this 31st day of August 2024. My name is Wadulo. Mark Arnold and Dorothy Namuyomba is on sign language. It's going to be a 30 minutes bulletin, so do sit tight as we relay what has been happening today. In our top story, the Prime Minister has urged leaders across the country to become role models in wealth creation to drive socio-economic transformation. Nabanja was officiating the opening of a 2-week leadership transformation training for leaders from selected districts at the National Leadership Training Institute in Chankwanzi and the Tambo Ideological School in Kaweweta, Nakaseke District.
Nabanja emphasized that leaders have not fully embraced their roles in empowering the communities they serve, particularly by setting an example in improving household incomes. She highlighted that the government has initiated a nationwide sensitization campaign to help leaders enhance their oversight roles.
These are leaders who expect to monitor government programs. As a leader of government business, I work closely with them because I cannot be everywhere. And so they help us to monitor government programs and oversight work.
The Prime Minister further noted that this training was sanctioned by President Yoweri Museveni to aid the country's socio-economic transformation.
The guidance of the President is on the Republic of Uganda. So it is in the same training we are here to transfer knowledge, and knowledge transfer is also another gift. You may transfer knowledge and someone does not receive it. So I request that you receive all the knowledge that you are going to get from here.
Minister Yuda Olera Bason, in charge of Veterans Affairs, and Jennifer Namayangu, responsible for Bunyoro Affairs, praised the initiative, stating that empowering leaders is crucial for improving their effectiveness. Members of Parliament attending the training acknowledged the importance of local leaders in mobilizing communities, stating that organized leadership is vital for societal development.
Everybody should go barandas, and this is how we are going to improve on this socio-economic transformation, which is the vision as far as the Prime Minister's office is, but it underpins the general overall vision of the 4 principles of any area where socio-economic transformation is key.
The issue is socio-economic transformation. The President has been very gracious to us, provided programs to transform our people socio-economically. The PDM, the NIOGA, the Youth Livelihood, Women Fund, now we have Grow. So what are we doing as leaders?
The Deputy Commandant of Nali, Colonel Henry Serugo, explained that the training includes several ideological presentations aimed at mindset change and transformation. Leaders attending the training at Nali have been drawn from the districts of Kiboga, Masaka, Yumbe, Chibuku, and Chibale, while those at Kaweweta are from Nakasongola, Gomba, Mbarara, Kalungu, and Mbarara City. The 11th day course, which is expected to conclude on Saturday, September 7th, 2024, is organized by the Office of the Prime Minister in collaboration with the Ministry of Local Government and the Patriotism Secretariat. The course has attracted over 1,000 leaders from 10 districts, all camped at National Leadership Training Institute in Oliver Tambo Training School in Kaweweta. The theme of the training is enhancing leaders' capacities in monitoring government programs to improve service delivery. Charity Marion Imnat and Ismail Kasoha, UBC News.
Now, government is set to investigate allegations of ghost landlords in the compensation process for the project-affected persons of the Karuma hydropower project. This follows Parliament's issuance of a one-month ultimatum for the Ministries of Energy and Mineral Development to present a detailed action plan addressing the Resettlement Action Plan, which has been pending since 2011. A report from the Parliamentary Committee on Environment and Natural Resources criticized government for delays in compensating claimants, leading to mistrust among those affected. The Chief of Defence Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, praised the Minister of Defence and Veteran Affairs, Jacob Oboth, describing him as determined, patriotic and intelligent. He emphasized that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni made the right decision by appointing Oboth to the crucial office. General Muhoozi was the special guest at Oboth's Thanksgiving ceremony held at Siwa Primary School grounds in Tororo District.
Hundreds gathered at Siwa Primary School grounds in Tororo District for Minister of Defence Jacob Oboth's Thanksgiving ceremony on Friday. The event was blessed with Mass presided over by the Right Reverend Dr. Emmanuel Obo, the Archbishop of Tororo Archdiocese. Minister Karuma and the Secretary General of the Patriotic League of Uganda, Daudi Kabanda, escorted Jacob Oboth to the venue. The Chief of Defence Forces, Uganda People's Defence Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, joined the Thanksgiving as the special guest. In his homily, Right Reverend Dr. Emmanuel Obo praised Minister for Defence Jacob Oboth for being a good politician that works for his people and the country at large.
When I was coming, I saw so many people coming to see. And when I stopped, they said we are going to meet, to celebrate together with our man, Honorable Oboth. Thank you for the service you have done. We thank God who has led you.
Also in attendance was the third Deputy Prime Minister, Rukia Isanga Nakadama, who represented Robin Anabanja, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Minister State for Internal Affairs General David Muhoozi, State for Youth and Children Affairs Barbara Kahara, State for Defence Sarah Mateke, State for Elderly Affairs Gidudu Mafavi, State for Gender Helena Samu, the King of Japadola, Service Chiefs and Members of Parliament, among others.
I'm called Barugahara Balam Aten.
Honorable Boss is my boss.
Asante kuchagua Oboth. Na tunaomba hata mara nyingine mpatie kura. I have come to tell you in advance that in all polling stations in his constituency come 2026, I want to hear Oboth.
Obosi munamuwa kalulu. Obosi munamuwa kalulu.
Minister for Defence Jacob Oboth thanked God for the gift of life, family and friends.
I want to thank God for the opportunity to serve as the Minister of Defence. I thank God for President Museveni in finding me suitable for that position.
Addressing the congregation, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba noted that Jacob Oboth's appointment as a Minister for Defence was well deserved.
Honorable Minister, in the few months we have worked together, I have seen your commitment to the defense of our nation. I applaud you for that. I also applaud you for your flexibility and accommodating methods of work.
General Muhoozi also reminded the Defence Minister of his political responsibilities on behalf of government.
One of your most important roles is to act as our political representative in government. We are very sure you will represent the interests of the UPDF in Cabinet and Parliament very well. We do not expect any issues on that front with you as Minister.
However, he acknowledged that this role comes with challenges.
We also recognize the personal sacrifices you have to make as a Minister in the service of our country. The long hours, the difficult decisions, and the weight of responsibility.
To mark the occasion, to the latter note, Minister of both gifted the communities of West Budama Central with motorcycles and bicycles. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
And furthermore, one of the key factors contributing to the success of the recently concluded regional parliamentary seating in Gulu is the improved hotel facilities. Members of Parliament easily found accommodation in various hotels, which also offered fitness sessions to help them stay in shape. Engineer Hilary Yonek, a hotel proprietor, believes that such facilities are a driving force for the tourism sector in northern Uganda. Henry Okrut has a report.
Its elevation to a city status was not by accident.
1st July 2020, Arua City, Gulu City.
Right Honorable Speaker, Kamgopa Mena Nasio, woman MP Budaka, I vote yes.
At the time of its creation, Gulu, then a municipality, qualified. What factors, aside from improved physical road infrastructure, spiraled Gulu into a city? Early morning on a typical working day, Aiden Road in the Gulu city of Acholi sub-region in northern Uganda is getting busy. On it is Boma, one of the most prominent hotel facilities. Mohamed Kato, the Member of Parliament for Katerera County in Ruwerizi district, is getting ready for the first day of the regional sitting of Parliament. His routine requirement is physical and mental fitness every day. This makes the gym and the aerobic center his first area of stop. It is not something he is doing for the first time.
I do this exercise routine in a week. I do almost 4 times in order to keep my body fit and healthy, especially in the heart and muscles.
In the gym, we find another parliamentary staff working out. He is equally residing at Boma Hotel. This they all do with guidance from the gym instructor.
When you come to the gym, it relaxes your mind, refreshes your mind. What comes from your mouth will be clean and everyone will be satisfied with your words.
It was just timely that they all did this to enable them stay clear-headed during the parliamentary sitting.
I'm very prepared to sit even for more than 4 hours without feeling sleepy, without feeling tired, without my legs feeling tired or my back. So I'm ready for it, because we are going to sit for more than 4 hours.
Indeed, he and other colleagues attended and participated without physical and emotional interruption. Such success is partly due to the quality hotel facilities these MPs found here. One of the proprietors says it takes quality to reap the best out of business.
I'm a builder by profession, and therefore when we got this piece of land where Boma Hotel now stands, with my family we put together resources to put up this facility. It took us gradually for very long, from 1999 when we moved on up to 2011 when we completed.
These and other hotels have been the reasons why the tourism sector also continues to blossom in Acholi sub-region.
Like where Sir Samuel Baker was stationed, and he fought slavery from Patiko here. He was based there. That's a very beautiful tourist site. There's Guru Hills, where the Lamogi clan rebelled against the British over 100 years ago, and there was a big war there, which of course the British overran us, but all the our people. But those are sites which can be visited.
It is just enough to conclude that hotel business in Gulu is meeting the expectations of its clients.
Of course, Boma Hotel has contributed heavily to the recognition of Gulu as a regional headquarters, because most conferences started coming here. Other hotels like Acholi Inn, Churchill came later. Acholi Inn was the oldest hotel here, but also it had its share of the difficult period, and I'm glad the owner also made sure that it is now rehabilitated and expanded to that level, befitting level.
With this, one's memory would not be wrong to recount that Gulu becoming a city was not just the end of the roads, but the beginning of the highway. Henry Okrut, UBC.
The government is set to investigate allegations of ghost landlords in the compensation process for the project-affected persons of the Karuma hydropower project. This follows Parliament's issuance of a one-month ultimatum for the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development to present a detailed action plan addressing the Resettlement Action Plan, which has been pending since 2011. A report from the Parliamentary Committee on Environment and Natural Resources criticized the government for delays in compensating claimants, leading to mistrust among those affected. Daniel Mugoya has a report.
I have prepared.
During its regional sittings in northern Uganda, Parliament discussed a petition from the Environmental Governance Institute of Uganda. The institute, on behalf of the project-affected persons, sought Parliament's intervention in the Karuma hydropower project.
The project-affected persons were complaining of inadequate compensation for claims that arose from 1, the procurement of land, 2, the displacement.
Since 2011, the government initiated plans to launch the Karuma hydropower project. In 2012, the Resettlement Action Plan was introduced after identifying about 3,723 people affected by the project. Herbert Ariko, the Member of Parliament for Soroti City East and Chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Environment and Natural Resources, presented a report to Parliament. The report identified several loopholes in the implementation of the Resettlement Action Plan. Despite government efforts to compensate some claimants, about 119 families have not received monetary compensation, while 125 who requested resettlement have not been accommodated.
As a consequence of delay, we have ended up getting penalties.
The ministry commits to expeditiously resettle the PAPs subject to availability of funds for the construction of the facilities.
Herbert explained the amount valued and the disturbance compensation rate.
The disturbance allowance rate was increased to by 15% to 30%, pushing the compensation rate to 6.3 billion.
The committee's report agreed with the petition, highlighting that imposters posing as landlords were also seeking compensation. The Minister of State for Energy and Mineral Development, Fiona Nyamtoro, committed to investigating these imposters to ensure that rightful landlords are identified.
And we call upon the support of Parliament in seeing that our budgeting for the financial year 2025-2026 is prioritized.
Minister Nyamtoro faced intense questioning from MPs who demanded a clear timeline for when The affected individuals would be compensated.
Government may take even 10 years by saying we have not yet got the fund. Rather, Speaker, is it procedural right?
In the face that our people are suffering, because I can't give you my land, carry out a project, then you want me to wait for 3, 5, 6 years.
And also that's why there is a window where someone feels the route for parliament is short, they take the one of court. There are those who have taken the one of court because the one of parliament will remain advisory, but the one of court is mandatory. So, honorable colleagues, I don't want to sit here and I feel I can direct that pay tomorrow and then money will be released. No, I know I don't have that power.
The issue of a land dispute where the government acquired about 17 acres from Karuma Primary School also came up. The school claims it only gave up 4.5 acres. Minister Nyamtoro responded to this concern.
We take note of the committee's recommendation and commit to update the boundary opening report that was prepared during the design of the facilities.
The Karuma hydropower project is expected to be completed by September 2025, increasing the urgency for the government to finalize the resettlement process. Deputy Speaker of Parliament Thomas Tayebwa has given the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development 1 month to provide a satisfactory response.
I know you're going to bring many supplementaries. I don't think we would reject the supplementary of compensating these people who have suffered for long, whom you've been told are dying and all that. So we request we don't wait for the budget of 2025-2026.
The Committee on Environment and Natural Resources also conducted an oversight visit to the Karuma Water Processing Unit, which is set to be completed by December 2024. This project aims to increase water coverage in the Greater North, including Gulu City and Adjumani, among other regions.
What we are told is that even the areas along Karuma, Gulu, that is the areas of Konakamdin, the areas of Minakulu, Bobi Paidwe, Palenga, Koro, all those areas will have to be served water. Of course, there are also other areas, the other side of Oyam.
We believe that with the time, the second phase will be commissioned and the third one. So as a committee, we will proceed today to another World Bank project, which National Water is doing for the greater Adjumani area, which will also supply the neighboring districts of Obongi and eventually maybe as far as Omoyo.
The MPs praised the National Water and Sewage Corporation for the 30 cubic meter project, which is 95% complete.
And we looked at this big tanker, storage tanker, which is erected in Gulu, and it's going to be capturing water from Karuma, water worth 12 million liters per day.
This project is part of a World Bank initiative being implemented by the National Water and Sewage Corporation. Unlike the Karuma hydropower project, the land for the Karuma Water Processing Unit was acquired and settled before construction began. Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabenji, UBC News.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby dondolo.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondolo. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Once upon a time, there lived identical twins who gave birth to beautiful princes and princesses.
Their mothers gave their babies' bodies a lot of care by applying on their skin with baby junior jelly.
They would drag their chariots and everyone would admire their glowing skin. Fun fact, Baby Junior prevents diaper rash, dry and sensitive skin.
Moms all over Africa love Baby Junior jelly. Baby Junior the skin. No more worries anymore. Baby Junior.
Baby Junior.
Sometimes, the pressure of paying taxes can feel overwhelming. The temptation to cut corners and under-declare your income may creep in. But before you make that choice, consider the cost. Under-declaring taxes might seem like an easy way out, but the consequences can be severe. URA offers resources and payment plans to help you manage your taxes. You can pay in installments if it's difficult to pay in full. Transparency is key. Avoid penalties and unexpected liabilities by reporting everything accurately. To report corruption, call URA on our toll-free lines. Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
It's true what people say, that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us. Hands that prepare soil for farming. Hands that we use to learn. And hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF.
Uganda fire! Ediba fire! Our border fire!
Uganda! Thank you for showing your fire! Has Nambole Stadium opened its doors once again? While you were moving in, you were the 12th player. When Uganda Cranes needed you the most. Through our famous wins against Tubakunda and our unlucky losses, you stood firm, supporting even louder. Now, as Uganda Cranes take on South Africa and Congo this September, South Sudan in October, and play our second legs against South Africa and Congo in November, bring even more fire! Because with your support, Uganda Cranes is unstoppable! Uganda fire! Proudly brought to you by MTN, the #1 supporter of Uganda Cranes. Together, we are unstoppable.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. We now take you into the world of business. Trade relations between Pakistan and Uganda have experienced substantial growth, with Uganda's exports to Pakistan increasing from $9.27 million in 2017 to $40.6 million in 2022. To further enhance economic collaboration, Pakistan's High Commissioner, His Excellency Mohammad Wazir, announced a visa waiver for Ugandan business people during his recent visit to Uganda at the Islamic Chamber of Commerce. We have more details on this report.
Importing from Pakistan, 1999, I start that time, up to now I continue. Now that Pakistan product, I use the one introduced here in Uganda. So now we have many people who work here, this place. I trained him from this business.
Uganda is included among the countries which are allowed to get free business visas. What you need to have is your passport. We don't have to pay for these visas anymore as far as business is concerned. So we are very grateful to His Excellency the Ambassador and to the government of Pakistan, because it was his initiative to say that this is done. We are grateful to the government of Pakistan for including Uganda on that list of free business visas. So, ladies and gentlemen, businessmen and women, please come up. Please come up, do business with Pakistan. The market is there in agriculture, in industry, in whatever item you are dealing with. Coffee, cotton, fish, please, you are all welcome. Join the chamber, you get the market, and then business will boom in Uganda. Thank you very much.
Of anything. Barter trade is one of the oldest method of trade between countries. So currently we have some barter trade with regional countries, for example Iran, and also in Afghanistan. With Russia, by the way, we had a barter trade with in exchange of oil, you see, some a year ago. So it can be revived, why not? But you see, our trade community should come closer, and definitely there is the possibility. So I would like to encourage it, because we know, you see, our trade community definitely face some issues with the transactions, you see. So in order to you see, keep that thing away, we can trade between the two countries through a barter system. So it is a good method, and I think we should do that.
And that brings us to the end of our 8 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. Thank you for being a lovely audience. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold and Dorothy Namuyomba on sign language. Up next is the weekly business roundup with Jerome Paul Sonko.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Uganda, are you ready to kick things up to the next level?